Hey guys, this is Crisco here for Crisco Does and Letting It Go. On my Facebook, up at the top, pinned some information about my story. And so over the next, few weeks, I'm going to be posting just a little bit of my story here and there as it related to kind of a framework of what I would speak on, what I have spoken on, and what I would speak on in anywhere that I would get invited to. But I want to start off by just setting kind of like a framework real quick, and that's probably going to be my first. This will be my first session. Is the framework of how I would talk about my story, and it really has to do with the way we framed what we did in our time there in Mexico. Early on, when back in '89, the end of '89, that fall, we finished language school in that summer. So there was a transition point, and then we moved to Mexico. So some months later, we were down in Irapuato, and we were looking for a place in Leon, Mexico, where we were going to be a part of a church planting venture. It had already started, and the team that was there in Mexico was some more than others was in charge of leadership and planting, and there was some national leadership. They weren't pastors, but they were we would consider them a type of leadership and leaders within the church plant there. So we went there, and in the beginning we were just there to get to know the culture and learn the culture and build relationships and just be very natural, help people, learn the language and really be able to dive into and make connections with them. And so we did that, and we were part of the activities of the church plant there. And it wasn't long after we were established that we started having some meetings where we lived, and it went from there. And to make a long story short, things kind of blew up on the field, and there was a lot of things going on before we got there. And so there were changes, and after all the changes were said and done, myself and my wife at the time, we were left there basically to with the choice of whether we were going to stay and be leaders of that church plant, being new to Latin America still, new to the language, new missionaries on the field in Mexico. And we did. And then we sought help big time real quick. And so through that experience, I learned to frame things in core values, vision, mission, and strategy. And when I look back at my story, I can frame it that way, and it because it's really natural, and that's what we were doing for so many years. We began to do more and more where anything that we did, any of us, our team, our direct team, the four families, us included, anyone would go out and speak. A lot of questions and answers, particularly about our ministry, were framed in the concept, in the framework, in the structure of core values, vision, mission, and strategy.